Let's dive into something that might sound a little bit out there, but is incredibly important. We're going to explore how your social media, yeah, your posts, your likes, your shares, could suddenly become the most critical piece of your US visa application. It sounds extreme, I know, but under certain circumstances, this isn't just a wild idea. It's a very real possibility. Let's get into it. So, could it really happen? Could a single like actually cost you your US visa? It sounds crazy, right? But just think about it for a second. What if one click, one comment you barely remember making, or one controversial article you shared could get your visa pulled, practically overnight? This is the kind of scenario we really need to wrap our heads around. Okay, and before we go any further, I have to make this crystal clear. The situation we're about to walk through is completely hypothetical. It's a fictional case study we've put together just to explore how the US government could react in a major crisis. This is purely for analysis, nothing more. All right, so let's set the stage. Imagine a huge political event rocks the United States. Something big enough that it forces the government to take some really drastic, unprecedented action. And their target isn't just the people directly involved, but a whole new group, any foreign national who says the wrong thing online. And just look at how fast this all goes down. September 10th, this terrible event happens. The very next day, boom, a brand new, super aggressive policy is announced. And by the 12th, just 48 hours later, they're already revoking thousands of visas. This timeline is here to show you just how incredibly fast and severe a government crackdown could be. So how could they legally do this? Well, it all hinges on this one powerful idea. This statement is the legal bedrock for the entire operation. It's a core principle of U.S. immigration law, and it gives the government enormous power to decide who gets to come into the country, especially when they can say it's for national security. Okay, so a major event triggers a tough new policy. But how would they actually enforce it? We're talking about millions of people. The answer? Technology. Specifically, AI-powered systems that are, pretty much already here. So the process begins with something that's already in place, but now it's on steroids. First, you have to disclose all of your social media accounts. That's already a real requirement for many applicants. But then, a powerful AI scans your entire digital history. We're talking posts, comments, likes, everything from years ago. And finally, anything suspicious gets automatically flagged, sending your case right to the top of a consular officer's desk. So what is this AI actually looking for? Well, it's not just random. It's been programmed with very specific targets. It's hunting for any praise of violence, any language that's hostile towards the US or its values, any hint of support for terrorist groups, or really any kind of strong anti-American sentiment. That edgy comment you made 5 years ago could suddenly become a huge red flag. So who's actually caught in this net? Is it just a few people with extreme views? The short answer is a hard no. In a scenario like this, the policy would be incredibly broad, affecting pretty much every single type of visa holder out there. Let's start with students. In our fictional timeline, over 6,000 student visas get revoked in less than a year. That's a huge number, and it shows that students who are often young, outspoken, and very active online could be one of the first and hardest hit groups. I mean, can you imagine the kind of pressure this creates? All of a sudden, an international student at any US university has to live in fear that expressing a political opinion, even a mild one, could get their visa canceled and their entire academic dream shattered in an instant. And the stakes are just as high for temporary workers on visas like the H-1B. You've got professionals, especially those in tech, engineering, or other sensitive fields, who could see their whole career just evaporate. A visa revocation doesn't just mean you have to leave the country, it means you've lost your job, probably for good. And this isn't just about people living and working here long term. This applies to everyone. Tourists, family visitors, you name it. The policy even encourages the public to report suspicious posts, basically creating a community surveillance system where anyone's online activity could be flagged by, well, anyone. Okay, so after all of that, it's really easy to feel kind of helpless, right? But you're not. Let's pivot and talk about the concrete, practical steps you can actually take to protect yourself and your ambitions in this kind of high-stakes environment. The first and honestly the most important step is to do a full digital cleanup. I mean it. Go through all of your accounts. Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, all of them. Delete anything, posts, comments, shares, even old likes, that could possibly be misunderstood or taken out of context. You have to be ruthless because an AI doesn't forget. Step 2 is all about changing your mindset from here on out. You have to start treating your social media presence as if it's an official part of your visa file. I call it the console test. Before you post anything, just ask yourself this one simple question. What would a very strict, skeptical consular officer think if they saw this? If there's any doubt in your mind, just don't post it. It's that simple. And finally, a few more quick protective measures. Be extremely careful about posting sensitive or controversial political opinions about the US, especially when you have a visa application in the works. The hard truth is that for non-citizens, the government's national security argument almost always wins against a free speech claim. And of course, if you have any serious concerns, it is always worth it to talk to an actual immigration lawyer. So what's the one big takeaway from all of this? It's this. Your digital footprint is no longer just a social thing. When it comes to U.S. immigration, it's now become just as critical as your bank statements or your criminal background check. It's part of your permanent record. Now, let's just bring this back to reality one last time. Our scenario was an extreme fictional crisis, but the tools and the logic behind it, they're already here. Social media review is a real active U.S. policy. Visa denials for security reasons happen every single day. And national security is, and always has been, the government's ultimate trump card. And that really brings us to the final and most important question. This isn't about some hypothetical future. It's about right now. Take a hard look at your own social media history, your posts, your comments, everything. Is your online profile truly ready for that level of official government scrutiny today?